This is the fastest killing gun in Modern Warfare 2, the Chimera, otherwise known as the Honey Badger. With this setup, you will be completely popping off. This thing is so sexy, even sexier than this view. And that view is pretty sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, with the Chimera, there's actually two different setups that are very good for it. The one with a built-in suppressor and then one without the suppressor. With that said, we are going to be mainly going over the one with a suppressor built in. I think this is the best build for it, but if you want one that has a little bit more range, make sure you stay tuned because this gun, as you guys can see, there is a decent amount of recoil on the gun when you get to like long range. Medium range, close range, not that hard, but that long range, a little bit hard to use. With all that said though, for the first attachment, I recommend you guys to add the TRX stock. This is going to add a lot of recoil control, allowing you to use the weapon up to medium range. With that said, we are going to be losing a lot of our mobility, and so that is annoying, but honestly, you're not going to really notice it at all, and you guys will see in the gameplay, I'm moving around the map like Usain Bolt. Okay, for the tuning, you guys want to increase the ADS speed and the aim walking speed. Typically, whatever the attachment specializes in, I'll furthermore increase those stats, but in this case, we're doing the opposite. Mainly because there is so many cons on this stock that I just really don't want to feel those, but I also want to feel that recoil control, and so that's a great way to do so. Next up, you guys want to go over to the rear grip. So if you're on the very tiny maps, you can probably get away with running the Bruin Flash grip, but if you're on any other map in the game, you want to run the D37. This is going to add a lot of recoil control to the weapon, making it way easier to use. For the tuning on it, because every single gun in this game has a very slow sprint to fire, you want to increase this value, and then to reduce the horizontal recoil on the weapon, increase that recoil steadiness. Next up, so if you guys don't want to run this attachment, I'll give you a variation. It's just I really like this attachment unless I'm playing search and destroy, which the attachment is going to be a laser. Literally, I do way better on every single map when I run the laser, although on search and destroy it does get very annoying, so I don't run it on there. So now with the laser, you're going to have way more mobility on the weapon. It's going to be very snappy. Keep in mind, the first two attachments that we added are bringing down the mobility and adding recoil control, but we still have a very good mobility. Plus, when we test out that recoil control, pretty easy to use the weapon up to medium range. Long range, you can use it, but it is going to get a little bit shaky, and I just don't really recommend picking too many fights at that range. For the next attachment, we are going to be going over to the underbarrel. This is going to add a lot of recoil control. It is going to bring down the mobility by a decent amount, but you shouldn't really notice it that much. The phase 3 grip, as you guys can see, it's going to bring down the ADS speed, but we get a lot of recoil control. For the tuning, just to maximize that horizontal recoil control, you want to increase the recoil stabilization. Then just because we are losing a little bit of our walking speed, bring that back up by increasing the aim walking speed. For the next attachment, I recommend you guys to go over to the magazine and throw on the 45 round mag. This is going to bring down the mobility by a lot, but you guys will see in the gameplay I'm running around the map with no problem. The reason I really recommend you guys to add the 45 round magazine is that you just blow through ammo so quick with this weapon. It literally feels like an SMG, so you're going to be in so many gunfights, very close quarters and things, and so you always are going to need to reload, and that's when the enemies can always kill you, is when your pants are down. So the 45 does come in clutch a ton. For that recoil control, let's test it out. Oh my days, this thing is pretty darn easy to use. Long range, a little bit hard, but overall very easy to use with still a lot of mobility. Say you do not want to run the laser. Obviously, you want to take off that laser. Then you want to go down over to the ammunition. Can I take off the laser? Throw on the armor piercing rounds. This is going to give you about 5 to 10% more damage range. Plus, you're going to have FMJ built in. There is the tuning for that. And so this is another great setup. Say you don't want to run the 45 round magazine and you want to have the laser. Then obviously just throw on the armor piercing, or you can go over to the optic and throw on the Corona Mini Pro. For the tuning, increase that flinch resistance, makes it a little bit easier to stay on target when the enemies are shooting at you. And then for this bottom bar, this is going to be personal preference. The farther you make these side away from you, the more field of view you're going to have, but the smaller the enemies are going to be, so they are going to be a little bit harder to hit. Lastly, what you guys could also do is throw on a barrel, but if you do throw on a barrel, I do recommend you guys to run a different build, and I'll give you a screenshot of the other build in a second. So if you do want to run a barrel on the weapon, this is another very good setup. So you just want to run the Phoenix barrel. This is going to add a lot of damage range. We are going to lose in mobility, but you're not going to really notice that. For the tuning, you just want to furthermore increase that recoil steadiness, making the weapon have a less horizontal recoil control, and then we're already getting a lot of damage range, so I just increase the ADS. Plus, we are going to be throwing on the armor piercing rounds. You don't really need the 45 round magazine on this build just because you are going to be using it at range. With all that said though, here's an overview of the range build, and I'll give you the screenshot for the other build, and the other build is my personal favorite, but this is a very fun one that I recommend you guys to try out. So here's my favorite build, and this is the one that we are running in the gameplay. Again, this is going to be the SMG build, so if you are aggressive, you will love this build. If they just keep on playing like that. It seems like the enemies really like the hard point, so I like that. That's a good sign.
Reloading. UAV ready to deploy.
I knifed the air right there because I couldn't swap back to my primary in time. Oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. They're pushing. Warzone 1, my first ever COD to play for me. Wait, Warzone 1 was your first COD ever? No way. I feel bad for a lot of you guys then. Like, for the people who haven't played, like, the traditional Call of Duties, Black Ops 4 was the last traditional Call of Duty that we got. Okay, that guy is decent, but I still think we can shit on him. But yeah, he is decent at the game. I got a Gatorade bottle on my cock and feeling cold. Whoa, Wild, what the hell, dude? I look over at chat for a second, I just see that. I'm like, what the fuck? That was the last message I ever expected from Wild, too. That's funny. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Oh my gosh. Let's keep this up. Come on. No! Cbass, why do you always read those things out loud? Usually I try to like scan the message and then read it, but I saw it was by Wild. So I was like, oh, Wild's not gonna say anything weird. And then it was like, what the fuck is that? Dude, Nuts, what are you doing? Why are you so annoying? Nuts gonna be that one guy that's just gonna fuck my shit up. He's gonna come out of nowhere. One thing I don't like about the Chimera is that you have to aim upper chest for it to do like really good. Wait, is Nuts a little kid? No shot, Nut is a little kid. Oh, and Nut is a little kid and he's actually cracked. He's actually so good. Dude, that's a little kid, boys. Oh my days. That player's extremely good. Actually, Phantom Force was my first COD style game. Well, I'd say it's more of like a first-person shooter. I wouldn't really connect it too much to COD. Like you could, but it's not really COD. I did play that a lot though when I used to go to well, when I went to California to go see my dad. Back in the day when I was a little bit younger, I used to always play Phantom Forces. That's such a fire game. That is the best little kid I've ever seen in my life. Like, I feel like it's a good player who had his little brother hold the mic or something. He used to play Warface a lot. I've never heard of the game. Well, no, I've heard of the game Warface, but I don't really know what you do in there. That kid's literally going to be a Shotzi. You got to go in 10 minutes? Okay, Dundee, right now. Right now it's happening, Dundee. Yo, is that Ferrari with the... Oh, God. Ferrari with the big 5, bro. Cheer up. Looks like you're having a rough night. For me and Chelsea, have a great weekend. Yo, I appreciate that, Ferrari. Thank you, man. I'm just trying to get a nuke, and I keep getting frustrated and stuff. Yo, thank you so much. It's Chelsea, right? Is that how you say Chelsea? Yo, thank you so much, Ferrari, for the $5, man. That means so much to me. And you gave me like $10 yesterday, so thank you. Thank you so much for that. Big W's for chat. Big W's for you. Oh my God, I can't speak. Big W's. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I gotta click like 19 buttons. Oh my God. Usually I'd hype you up a little bit more, but I'm trying to get the gameplay. I gotta make sure I don't die. And that Knifer's crazy at the game. He's like 5 years old. Oh my days, oh my days. Yeah, what's Warface? Yeah, Lino, what is Warface? If you could explain it to us. MGB, let's freaking go. That was for you, Dundee. For you, Dundee. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but that was for you. We're gonna nuke that disease out to you. Shout out to you. If you're watching the YouTube video, leave a comment for Dundee. He's got a chronic disease, and that's gonna be with him forever. And so if everyone can just, you know, do a little shout out to Dundee, give him some motivation that he's gonna have a good life and everything. We're all here for you, Dundee. I love you, man. Yeah, boys, we gotta drop another nuke for Dundee. We gotta drop a double at least. You gotta drop a double right now. Boom. Boom. Okay, I got the motivation, boys. Dundee is my motivation. I gotta get another nuke. And then this would be a perfect gameplay because it's a double nuke and Dundee will be in the video. Dundee, hopefully you're in the video. No! No! Why? Fuck! Dude, my UAV was there. Why did it do that? Like, yes, I should have held on to it and like scrolled to it. Dang it! Well, Dundee, that is for you, man. That is for you. I hope we nuke that shitty disease out of you. Nut is pissed. Nut is so mad. Oh my god. Let's freaking go! Shout out to Dundee. I love you, man.
No one's cheating. They have 13 and they won.
Nobody's cheating. You're just ass. Literal ass.
183, 82 to 13. Someone's hacked.
No, what the fuck? You're just ass.
102 kills.
Dude, he was actually convinced. And he went 8 and 48. That is so bad.
I bought a yours today. Petty all year like a bird.